10 Greatest Western TV Actors of All Time. Number 1 is Undisputed. Historically, Western actors are so synonymous with a silver screen that it's easy to forget some of the greats who made their names in TV. Whether it's John Wayne's surly heroes of the Old West or Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name, the stars we're used to associating with the genre tend to belong to the movies. But even the best Western movie actors have never achieved what some of their small-screen counterparts have managed. From being the most watched thing in the homes of millions of families to spending decades successfully playing the same role, the greatest Western TV actors are a class apart from their more celebrated big-screen counterparts. Most of the big names in this television genre come from the golden age of TV westerns between the mid-1950s and late 1960s. Still, there are multiple modern-day greats of the neo-western subgenre who've earned their spurs in recent years, too. In fact, the best of them are worthy of comparison with their golden age predecessors.
10.
Kevin Costner. Known for Hatfields and McCoy's Yellowstone. There's no question that, were his Western movies taken into account, Kevin Costner would be much higher on this list. Nevertheless, even just as John Dutton and Devil Aunts Hatfield on the small screen, Costner earns his place alongside some small-screen pioneers. As Yellowstone's central patriarch and the notorious leader of the American Civil War's most famous family feud, the actor cuts an intimidating figure who commands every scene he's in, like a Western version of Tony Soprano. Costner's Yellowstone exit may have sullied his iconic character's show ending, but he's still the biggest and best thing in the series. 9. Jack Elam. Known for Gunsmoke, The Texan, Bonanza, Cheyenne. By the time Jack Elam starred in John Wayne's underrated movie Rio Lobo, he was already one of the most experienced actors the Western genre had ever seen. While never playing the lead role in any series, he became such a specialist Western villain that several TV shows kept bringing him back in different guises. Elam is most famous for his 15 appearances in Gunsmoke as 15 different characters between 1959 and 1972. But he also showed up repeatedly in series such as Have Gun, Will Travel, The Texan, Bonanza, and Cheyenne. Name a classic Western TV show, and Jack Elam probably appeared in it at one time or another.
8.
Richard Boone. Known for Have Gun, Will Travel. Like Jack Elam, Richard Boone found big-screen recognition starring alongside John Wayne in one of Wayne's most famous late-era movies, Big Jake. Contrary to Elam, however, Boone became famous by playing just a single role in a Western TV show. Boone's mysterious, mustachioed American Civil War veteran paladin was one of the first small-screen icons in the genre's history. Every young Western fan in the late 1950s wanted to be Boone's enigmatic character. An expert dueler and more than handy in hand-to-hand combat, Paladin's steely-eyed visage laid the blueprint for the anti-heroes of later spaghetti westerns, including Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name. Every young Western fan in the late 1950s wanted to be Boone's enigmatic character. Even watching episodes of Have Gun, Will Travel today, it isn't hard to see why. 7. Jay Silverheels. Known for The Lone Ranger. While The Lone Ranger's lead actor, Clayton Moore, might get more attention, Jay Silverheels broke new ground as a TV actor way back in the late 1940s and early 1950s, as Tonto was one of the first positive on-screen portrayals of a major Native American character. More than just a sidekick, Tonto was indispensable to Moore's ironically named protagonist. Silverheels went on to feature in various other old-school Western shows after The Lone Ranger finished its 8-year run, including Wagon Train, Gunslinger, and Rawhide. Rarely has an Indigenous actor done more for the image of Native Americans on screen. Jay Silverheels was truly ahead of his time. 6. Burt Reynolds. Known for Riverboat, Gunsmoke. Today, Burt Reynolds is seen as an icon of Western cinema. But he got his big break on television back in the late 1950s, playing a leading role in the Western show Riverboat. This part was only a precursor to his most famous TV role, though, as half-Comanche blacksmith Quint Asper in Gunsmoke. Reynolds' Gunsmoke character is a temperamental young rebel out for vengeance, who James Arness's protagonist Matt Dillon takes under his wing. While the casting of a white actor as a character of Native American descent wouldn't happen today, The charismatic Reynolds more than left his mark on the show, becoming a key part of Gunsmoke's most successful period.
5.
Walter Brennan, known for The Real McCoys, The Guns of Will Sonnet. Veteran screen actor Walter Brennan won 3 Oscars in his early career, 2 decades before becoming one of the biggest TV stars of the Western genre. Brennan's major small-screen Western roles couldn't be more different from each other, from the genial and absent-minded Grandpa Amos in the sitcom The Real McCoys to gunslinging title character in The Guns of Will Sonnet. The contrast between these 2 roles speaks to Brennan's talent and range as an actor, as he reinvented himself as one of the most comforting faces of television in the late 1950s and the 1960s. While neither of his roles is as iconic as those of other stars on this list, as a Western actor, few could match him.
4.
Clint Eastwood, known for Rawhide. Before he became a cinematic legend in Sergio Leone's Dollars trilogy and his own Dirty Harry franchise, Clint Eastwood needed a Western TV show to help him become a major star of the screen. While Eastwood's role as Rowdy Yates in Rawhide has little to do with his most famous big-screen characters, his on-screen magnetism was palpable throughout the show. What's more, in one scene where Eastwood's character faces down guest star Charles Bronson, we get a taste of the archetypal Western anti-hero he was about to become. The star outshone his fellow protagonist Eric Fleming to make Rawhide one of the 2 biggest Western shows on television for most of its run, before becoming an even bigger big-screen great. 3. Barbara Stanwyck, known for Wagon Train, Rawhide, The Big Valley. After starring in some of the most underrated Western movies of the 1950s, Barbara Stanwyck became a regular fixture on television during the latter part of her career. Her star quality helped boost the ratings for Wagon Train and Rawhide in their early seasons, before she cemented her legacy in the Western genre in her landmark show The Big Valley. By the time The Big Valley concluded its 4th season, Westerns were no longer exclusively the preserve of male leads. Stanwyck dominated the screen in a genre with virtually no other female protagonists at the time, and her barnstorming performance as widowed matriarch Victoria Barkley proves that she's more than a match for her male counterparts. By the time The Big Valley concluded its 4th season, Westerns were no longer exclusively the preserve of male leads.
2.
James Arness, known for Gunsmoke, The Macahans, How the West Was Won. Along with Milburn Stone, James Arness is one of just 2 actors to appear in all 20 seasons of Gunsmoke, arguably the greatest Western series in television history. Arness played Gunsmoke's chief protagonist, U.S. Marshal Matt Dillon, straight down the middle, and it worked like a charm for the show's unprecedented 2-decade run. He was the face, the voice, the moral compass, and the heart of Gunsmoke, unselfishly playing the anchor role while other, more colorful characters came and went around him. No one has ever played a more iconic role in a Western TV show, and it's likely that no one ever will.
1.
Timothy Olyphant, known for Deadwood, Justified, Fargo, Justified, City Primeval. As good as Will Arness is in Gunsmoke, Timothy Olyphant boasts a resume that no other Western TV actor can match. From his breakout role as steely Sheriff Seth Bullock in Deadwood, to his stoic, fugitive-hunting Marshal Raylan Givens in Justified, Olyphant plays small-screen Western protagonists with a balance of grit and depth that his classic-era forerunners couldn't compare with. It's surprising that Olyphant hasn't starred in Taylor Sheridan's Western shows, given how consummately the actor has perfected the neo-Western subgenre. Either way, as long as his most famous hero, Givens, has something to say about it, we'll continue seeing him acting in Western TV shows for many years to come.